There's a very interesting Rashi at the beginning of Sefer Shmos. In fact, the first Rashi in the entire Sefer. Rashi there is wondering why the Torah has to repeat the names of the Bnei Yisrael, names that we are quite familiar with. Certainly anybody who's been paying attention to the end of Sefer Bereshis, Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, we know these names. So Rashi says the reason that they were repeated here is Lahodiach Ibasa, to show us how beloved they are, the Bnei Yisrael, really we are, the Bnei Yisrael are, Shenimshulu lekochavim, because they are compared to stars. It's a little bit odd. It's a famous metaphor, the Jewish people being compared to stars, but what is that doing here at the beginning of Sefer Shemos? So perhaps if we go back to that encounter between Hashem and Abraham, where we were initially compared to the stars, we can find an answer there, and it's really a beautiful and powerful message. So when Hashem tells Abraham to go and count the stars, go outside and count the stars, he tells him, Ko yihi azarecha. This will be like your descendants. So the simple pshat is, however many stars, as numerous as the stars are, that will be the number of your descendants. Right now, Abraham doesn't have any children. Hashem is giving him this promise that you're going to multiply to become a great nation. It is a simple pshat in Mikra Yotze Midei Pshuto, but it's a little bit of a challenge that we know there are billions of stars in all the galaxies. And the Bnei Yisrael, as numerous as we have become, we are not as numerous as the stars. So I heard a beautiful idea from Rabbi Michael Taubes, should have a refuah shlema. He explained with a Hasidish Atayt, not his own. This is a Hasidish Shavor, but it's a beautiful idea. He said Hashem was telling Abraham to do the impossible. Go and count the stars. Like I said, there are billions. There's no way Al Pi Teva Abraham could have done that. Not to mention, this is well before the invention of a telescope. Abraham couldn't have done it. And yet, what was his reaction? What was his response? Okay, Hashem told me to count the stars. I'll go and do my best. Whatever I can do, I'm going to do it because that's what Hashem asked me. Hashem saw Abraham's response here, and he told him, Ko yihi azarecha. This is going to be like your descendants. That in the face of adversity and seemingly impossible, if I ask them to give them, if they know something is expected of them, they're going to do it. They're going to do their best, at least the same way you did. Ko yihi azarecha. And that was really a bracha. Hashem was telling Abraham this DNA is going to be embedded within the Bnei Yisrael. So perhaps that's a message that's being given here at the beginning of Sefer Shemos, that we are nimshulu lekochavim, of this message of Ko yihi azarecha, that the glory days of Sefer Bereshis and the Avos and Imos and Yosef being the Melech and Mitzrayim, that was coming to an end. And now we're about to head into the bitter and dark gullus of Shibud Mitzrayim, and things were going to get difficult. But as challenging as they were, Ko yihi azarecha, that we would do the impossible. And that even though we did falter, we never completely fell off the map. We never completely lost hope and fell into the abyss. We always remained connected enough, as challenging as it was. And that was that bracha that Hashem told Avraham Avinu, they're going to follow in your footsteps of doing the impossible. Ko yihi azarecha.